than 100 buses of protesters are expected to arrive for a string of marches and demonstrations, while the U.S. president enjoys cozy meetings with the Prime Minister and tea with the Queen. And, of course, an inflatable effigy of Donald Trump as an enormous baby, complete with nappy, will fly above the Capitol on Friday morning. But what good will it do to protest against the leader of another country? We spoke to some of the people who will be taking to the streets this week to make their voice heard. Loads of people are coming who haven't protested before. We've had so many incredible stories, Shaista Aziz, a member of the Stop Trump coalition, said. Today a woman told me her 6-year-old daughter doesn't want to go to her after-school club tomorrow. She wants to go to the Trump protest outside Blenheim Palace. She actually said, "Mummy, I want to go there. I don't want to go to after-school club." So her mum was a bit surprised and is taking her to her first protest tomorrow. I had another woman tell me that her uncle, who hasn't been on a protest for 35 years, is coming down from Wales to London for Friday. We've had lots of first-time protesters in touch asking about how they can protest, what they can do. And a lot of young people are getting involved, some of whom aren't old enough to remember the last mass protests in London over the Iraq War. Shaista added, so they've heard about the mass mobilization of people in the past, but they've never been part of it. I think for that generation in particular it's a very important moment because they are the generation that have pretty much come up with nothing to look forward to in terms of the economy nosediving, and they really care about their politics. He may be president of the United States, but Donald Trump's actions have repercussions around the world. As the old saying goes, when America sneezes, the world catches a cold. And for many protests, the repercussions of a man like Donald Trump being the president of the United States are very real. Mohammed Ateek, director of the Syria Solidarity Campaign and a member of the Stop Trump coalition, said, being a refugee, a Muslim, an activist, someone who believes in democracy and human rights, I think Trump attacked me as a person, but also millions like me. I'm protesting mainly because the world should move forwards, not backwards, and the policies that Trump is spreading all over the world are, let's say, more similar to the Nazi ones. The far-right movement has spread in Europe and also in Trump. I believe that's making the world go back, not forward. Mohammed believes the U.S. media, particularly Fox News, has normalized hate and bigotry, which has led the far right to feel like they have the support of the President of the United States. He said, the frightening thing is the normalization of these policies. The far-right movement in Europe are taking a long breath after Trump's win. After all, he's the president of the most powerful country on earth. It's not only representing himself, it's representing the big power that a lot of countries actually follow the policies of the U.S. Shaista added, it's also about what's happening closer to home. It's about Windrush, it's about the demonization of migrants and refugees, the 29% increase in recorded hate crime, this normalization of othering people and the demonization of people. Protesting sends a message Trump can't ignore. Many people who know him describe the Donald as being exceptionally insecure. He famously tries to read everything anyone writes about him. In fact, some say that's all he reads. And despite us avoiding the Capitol for much of his visit, a massive angry protest is likely to cross his radar. Shaista said, "We see this moment as an opportunity to ensure Donald Trump understands what a special relationship is about. A special relationship is when you tell the person you're in a relationship with the truth about them and their policies and politics." Since the UK allegedly has a special relationship with Donald Trump, it's only fitting that we give him the best British welcome. London has become a no-go zone for Donald Trump, which is incredible. He's not coming to London, he's avoiding our capital city, the most iconic capital city in the world, known for its diversity, known for its tolerance. It's become a no-go zone for him because he doesn't want to face protesters. He's a narcissist, he doesn't trust or put faith in us. So instead we're going to have a Donald Trump balloon over Parliament. Plus,